Alright, so I wrote the script for this video maybe like 7 months ago or so, and I kept it just in my files, saved, wasn't planning on doing it until the Wednesday after Avengers Endgame. Fast forward several months, but still like a month shy of that movie coming out, and I realized actually I'm gonna push it off another week and instead put my collab video with Amelia and Lucy, which you can click here to see. It was really fun to do and really funny to watch, I think. But anyway, make that collab video be the one right after I saw Endgame, and just wait another week to do this one. But then a few days ago, maybe Friday or Saturday, I was looking at the community tab of one of my favorite YouTube channels, and they are doing this exact same topic some point this week. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be the day before I upload this video or the day after this video is published. I don't know, but I saw it and went, crap, they're doing the same thing because they were asking questions about it. And I was like, should I not do this video? Should I do something else? Since, I don't want it to look like I was copying them. And here we are, it's Monday. I promise you, it's Monday. I don't know if you can see that. Monday, May 6th. And I finally decided, you know what? Why do I care if people think I was copying them? I'm not copying them because I make videos because I want to. And besides, it'll be really cool to watch theirs and see the differences in opinion on some of this sorting. So with that in mind, let's sort the characters of the MCU. Also, before we get started, spoiler warning now. There will most likely be at some point spoilers for both Captain Marvel and Avengers Endgame. You have been warned. This was a complete accident, by the way, that I'm drinking water from my Reality Stone cup. Cool. Got it at Walmart or something. The MCU. So many characters with equally different, compelling personalities. This is going to be a long ceremony. And with that in mind, I'm not doing anyone from Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy will get its own video probably, once the third movie is made. And even with putting the Guardians in a separate video, I'm not going to get to every single bigger MCU character that I would like to. Of course, like with any of these videos, while I do try to take objective points from personality traits we see in these characters throughout the movies, not the comics because I don't read the comics, these are more or less my perceptions of these characters, so where you would sort them might be different. And if you're not 100% sure what the sorting ceremony is like for both Hogwarts and Ilvermorny, or what even each house represents, or what it means to be sorted into a certain house, just look in the description below. I have it all laid out there. And before we start, let me know you're a fellow Potterhead by commenting your Hogwarts and Ilvermorny house down below, and let me know you're a big MCU fan by commenting your favorite MCU movie. I am not ashamed to say it, Dark World is in my top 5, or at least my top 10. Fight me. Actually, don't fight me, I hate fights. And Ragnarok is my least favorite. Starting with one of my faves, Steve Rogers, Captain America himself. I was torn between Gryffindor and Hufflepuff for this one. He definitely values bravery, but he also values loyalty. But ultimately, what made me decide which one to put him in was the fact that more than anything, he values justice for everyone. And justice, while it seems like a Gryffindor trait, is actually a main trait of Hufflepuff. Therefore, I say he is Hufflepuff. And while I was tempted to place him in Wampus because he is a warrior, he is a soldier, I think Steve Rogers actually represents more of the heart of the Avengers in a certain sense. So I would actually place him in Pukwudgie, though I wouldn't be surprised if both the Wampus and Pukwudgie statues turned to him. I would think he would choose Pukwudgie, which if both turned to him, he would choose Wampus. So, I say Pukwudgie, but if both turned, he would choose Wampus. Iron Man. Tony Stark. I love him 3000. He actually seems to value traits from all 4 of the Hogwarts houses. I mean, everyone values traits from each house, but him especially. But above all of that, I would say he values knowledge more than anything, and he's a very witty character, so I would say Tony Stark is Ravenclaw at Hogwarts. Now, Ilvermorny was easy until I saw Endgame, and then I started kind of questioning my choices. I could see multiple statues turning to him, but I'm going with Horned Serpent again because he's kind of the brains. One of the people that's brains. He's got like multiple PhDs or something, you know. But I could see Wampus too. Just throwing that out there. I'm saying Horned Serpent, but I could see Wampus. If both turned, he would probably choose Horned Serpent. Black Widow, Natasha Romanoff. I always loved her, but I didn't realize how much I was going to miss her until now. Now she's a trained Russian assassin spy, and her skills show very Slytherin type traits, but for some reason, I also could see her being in Hufflepuff. Loyalty, I guess? That's probably my reasoning. So I'm honestly torn between Slytherin and Hufflepuff. Like, I can't decide. I could see either. Really. I really could. I'm leaning Hufflepuff though. As for Ilvermorny, kind of like Steve Rogers, I could see Wampus and Pukwudgie possibly both turning to her, but if that was the case, I think she would choose Pukwudgie, just based on her story arc, her character arc throughout the whole MCU, and how much she's grown and what she's been desiring. And similar to Steve Rogers, but even more so, I think with her, she's kind of like the heart that keeps everyone together. I mean, you look at Civil War and she's on Tony's side, but she's also on Steve's side. Like, she just wants there to be peace, and I just admire that so much. So I'm saying Pukwudgie. Hawkeye, Clint Barton, my favorite. Forever. Love him. Also, so called that opening scene in Endgame. The moment I saw him, I was like, yep. Knew this was going to be the first thing. Yep. Saw that coming. All of them. Gone. Uh-huh. He's a really witty guy and a smart guy. He's very realistic and down to earth. I mean, until his whole family disintegrates and then he kind of loses it. But I say Ravenclaw for him. I'm sorry, I just can't help but think of that scene in Age of Ultron where he's like, we're fighting a robot army, and I have a bow and arrow. None of this makes sense. I'm like, glad you can acknowledge it. But he's just, yes, love him. Now for Clint, I'm torn between Pukwudgie and Thunderbird. He does have a lot of heart, but I think he's more adventurous and more soulful, especially being the one person of the group that has, like, an entire family. I mean, everyone gets family. Like, a lot of them have family towards the end, but especially him. You find out in Ultron, he's already got this whole family established. So I'm leaning Thunderbird for him. And if more than one turned, I think he would choose Thunderbird. Also, he's Hawkeye Bird, so that's my other default. Now we're at Thor, and this one's complicated because there's two kinds of Thor. There's good Thor, and there's crappy Thor. Now, let me clarify. Good Thor is the Thor we had in the first Thor movie, the first Avengers movie, Thor Dark World, and Thor Age of Ultron, and somewhat Infinity War. Crappy Thor is the Thor we got in Ragnarok and Endgame. So I'm just not counting those two versions of him, that version of him, you know, just, I'm talking about good Thor. The Thor that wasn't pathetic. I have opinions, strong ones. They're still just opinions, but they're a little bit stronger than my other opinions, so yeah, yeah. Gryffindor. I debated Hufflepuff for all of like 2 seconds. I think he values bravery more than anything, and chivalry. So Gryffindor. Oh, and friendship, definitely. Nah, you can't see this, but I have a note in my script where I say for Ilvermorny, he's Wampus. Which, yeah, he's Wampus. But I put Horned Serpent because he loves snakes. I did take that from Ragnarok. That was funny. He's like, because he knows how much I admire snakes. And then he goes, it's me! And then stabs me. That was funny. I can't lie. That was really funny. But he's Wampus, not Horned Serpent. He's Wampus. He is a warrior. Loki! I hate to say it, but this is one of those obvious ones. I mean, I did question it because it seemed so obvious. I did put a lot of thought into this, but it ended up being what my gut instinct was, which is Slytherin Horned Serpent. I don't feel like I really need to say anything else. It's just kind of obvious. I tried to decipher it and really think where he might be in a different house for each school, but I was like, no, he is Slytherin Horned Serpent. It's just more obvious with him. Not because he's any less complex, but yeah. Okay, moving on. Hulk / Bruce Banner? I'm keeping them as one person, even though it looked really stupid in Endgame. Whatever. Mainly Bruce Banner. Because I know Hulk is kind of a separate person, so Bruce Banner. I could see almost Hatstall, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, but I think Ravenclaw more than anything. I could definitely see an argument for Hufflepuff though. Ilvermorny, Horned Serpent. He's Horned Serpent. Maybe Pukwudgie, but I say Horned Serpent. Spider-Man, Peter Parker, obviously the Tom Holland one, the one that's part of the MCU. Also, let's be honest, the best one. I mean, I'm sure some people don't think he's the best one, but in my opinion, he's the best one. I do think he really values bravery, but I think he also values just basic justice. He's your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man that just wants to keep everyone safe, peaceful, and calm. So therefore, Hufflepuff. And for Ilvermorny, Pukwudgie. Yeah. I mean, he is really smart, but I don't think being smart automatically means you're going to be Horned Serpent or Ravenclaw. He's more the heart type of person. I never know how to describe that. He represents more of the heart than anything else. That's why I say Pukwudgie. So another one of my favorite MCU heroes, Ant-Man, Scott Lang. Never thought I'd like those movies. When I went to watch the first one, not in theaters, I was like, this looks really stupid. Watched it and went, oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Went and saw Ant-Man the Wasp in theaters. Oh my gosh, I have not laughed that hard since Guardians 2 in theaters. It was a good time all around. I'm so glad you think I'm the world's greatest grandma. It's just, I love him. Hogwarts. I think he values knowledge, but I think he values more Hufflepuff-esque traits. Again, this is one of those situations where it's like, he is really smart, but I don't think that's like the main thing he values. He values loyalty to his daughter and to being the best dad he can be. So, Hufflepuff. Ilvermorny, I could potentially see both the Horned Serpent and Pukwudgie statues turning to him. And I think he's Pukwudgie. I could see him choosing Horned Serpent, thinking that's cooler because he's smart, but also he's Pukwudgie. There's a lot of Pukwudgies. And Hufflepuffs. I expected them all to be Gryffindors, but I don't know, maybe you sort them all into Gryffindors, I don't know. We're over halfway through, I swear. Black Panther / King T'Challa. This was another toss-up between Gryffindor and Hufflepuff because he is very brave, he is very much a warrior and very strong, but he very much values justice. I mean, that's the whole kind of message, I think, of the Black Panther movie, is helping others and finding common justice. So therefore, I would say he's Hufflepuff. But I could see a Hatstall and even an argument for Gryffindor. Same situation with Ilvermorny. He's a healer in a sense, heartfelt Pukwudgie, but he's also very much a warrior, Wampus. I think he would be Wampus. That's what I'm going with. Doctor Strange. Slytherin. Maybe Ravenclaw, maybe even a Hatstall. But Slytherin. Yeah. Again, it's kind of close to Ravenclaw, but I think Slytherin. Ilvermorny? Horned Serpent easily. He cares about the brain and smarts more than anything else. He is a scholar among scholars. And there's a lot of MCU characters with a bunch of PhDs, so but he's Horned Serpent. Maybe Thunderbird. No, Horned Serpent. Last but not least, Captain Marvel. Carol. I legit just forgot her last name, and for some reason I didn't write it in the script. I know some of you just said, wait a minute, if you wrote this script 7 months ago, how do you have Carol in there? Obviously, I've been editing it. Duh. I added her in after I saw Captain Marvel. Admittedly, we haven't seen a lot of her. Yes, we have a whole movie about her, but she wasn't even very much in Endgame, so I don't have a lot to go off with her. Kind of similar situation with Black Panther too, but I feel like we saw more of Black Panther's personality in his movie. I don't know. I'm just struggling, okay? Gryffindor, Ravenclaw. I say Gryffindor. She reminds me of Ginny Weasley. A little bit. I don't know why, just something about it reminds me of Ginny Weasley, so I'm saying Gryffindor. Maybe like a combo of Ginny Weasley and Hermione Granger. You know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense? Ilvermorny, without a doubt, Wampus. She is a warrior through and through. I debated Thunderbird, but I really think she's a warrior. Wampus. That was a long list and a difficult list. I mean, these are really complex characters. Like I said, there were so many characters such as like Shuri, Scarlet Witch, Pepper Potts, Falcon, Bucky, Quicksilver, a bunch of others that I really wanted to sort, and maybe I'll make a separate video for them, you know, aside from the Guardians one. I don't know, maybe. Would you want that? Let me know, I don't know. But anyway, that's just my perception of these characters. Which ones would you sort differently? Let me know in the comment section below. And I'm interested to see how other YouTubers that I watch sort them. It should be interesting. I bet a lot of them will be really different. If you enjoyed this video, check out my other sorting videos. I'll put the playlist of my sorting videos in the end title thing. But anyway, that's all. So until next time, bye. And of course, thank you so much to my patrons like Justin, Greg, and Andrew. Y'all's support is very much appreciated. And if anyone else would like to get in on the special stuff that I offer my patrons, just go to patreon.com/thegeekapprentice. The link is in the description below.